to everybody. Happy Hump Day. Welcome to the B3ST Reviews channel. We have James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel here, Dapper in a
Hey, hey,
shirt.
hey.
Welcome in.
Like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Come on. Get my
Oh,
girl to
yes,
it. Come on, get my
please.
girl to it. Are you at 1,000 subscribers? I haven't looked lately.
No, I'm at 611.
Oh, y'all got to come on. Get that subscriber count up. Come on. Get my girl to 1,000 now. Come on.
I appreciate that. The link, as always, to James's channel is in the description of this video. You don't want to click the link, click a playlist if you see James there to take you to his channel. I try to make it easy for y'all. But we are here to go over Love in Hip Hop Miami. This episode was titled Sound and Fury. This was season 6, episode 9. I will add it to the little title. I agreed with the title of this episode though. There was a whole lot of noise and there was a whole lot of fury. We're not gonna be here long. Like, I know for some people they're like, oh my god, but I think once we get out of the whole Princess and Amada discussion, not much is happening. That's not pre-produced. That's what I'll say. So Princess and Amara were chatting. That's where we leave off. And Amara realizes that Princess is upset, right? Which I don't think you have to be married to understand this. I just don't. I don't think you even have to have relationship experience. You ride for who you know, and that's that. And you stick to them, business or not. And, Amara got disrespectful when talking to Princess. Then maybe you're a fake ass bitch and all this extra stuff. And I'm just like in my head, like, Amara, you have no argument. Like, you have no right to get an attitude. You should be like, I understand why you mad. I'll deal with the attitude, but I promise you it wasn't nothing to it. If it really wasn't nothing to it, then what you mad for, boo? But Amara does the opposite. So Princess slapped the hell out of her. It was a front hand slap too. And it was so fast that it was actually kind of a pretty graceful slap. But, you
Mhm.
know, I don't condone violence unless it's necessary. And I feel like Amara will keep acting the way she acts until somebody slapped the hell out of her. I don't even think fighting her is worth it. So she slaps Amara. Amara tries to fight back, but Princess latched on to her head. Um, Next thing I know, I had to rewind this a few times because for some reason Estelita jumps in and I see Estelita taking off on Princess, punching her and stuff from behind, right? The security's not worried about Estelita. They're worried about separating Princess and Amada. Crazy to me that Estelita jumped in. The reason that's crazy to me, y'all, is because Estelita is the reason Princess is at this event. Estelita is the reason that this happened. Now, I'm not saying she's responsible for what Princess does with her brain in her hands. However, she admitted to inviting that girl there to cause a problem. So for you to then jump in to fight at your own event and your reason for it is because she hit someone at your event, but you invited her to beef and argue with somebody at your event. Estelita can go. So that's my opinion thus far. How did you feel about the smack heard around the world?
I felt like it was well deserved and it was about time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm going to be honest with y'all. I didn't want it to come from Princess, of all people. Just because, let me be honest here for a second. I don't feel like Amar did anything with Ray J. I don't. Was she wrong for meeting up with him without Princess knowing and Amar telling her after the fact? Absolutely. No doubt, no question about it. But that's not coming from Princess, honestly. I wish it would have came from somebody else. Like, I wish that slap would have came from somebody else. Like, for me, the only person from this cast that I felt would have been within her right to slap Amar is Flo. And I don't even like Flo. But Princess
Yeah.
doing it, no, I wasn't a fan of it. But it had to
People
be
have to think when they act. I think that's a very good point to make. And I
done.
agree with that. Amara deserved it, but it doesn't always, well, I guess we'll use the term a little more aggressively, right message, wrong deliverer.
Yes.
But yeah, I definitely agree with that. My other side comment is, why are you so bothered? You're supposed to be leaving this man. I understand he's a father of your kids, But I'm just like, you're supposed to believe in him. I'm pretty sure that their friendship was not as deep at
It
the
wasn't.
point
And
where
we'll
you
and I'll
feel
bring that point up
this.
at the end. I'll bring that
Huh?
point I'll bring that point up at the end because
Yeah,
you brought
it
up a
couldn't have
good
been that
point.
deep because we see Princess. Princess was an executive partner in starting the Zeus network. Her
Mhm.
and Ray have started their own network. She and Ray J are toxic when it comes to relationships, but amazing business people,
Hi,
unfortunately.
Shayna.
Hello, my darling. Is the snow gone or is it still there?
Right?
That's what I'm. My friends in Mississippi was like, "Girl, it's snowing." I said, "Not in the
Everyone
bayou.
in
What the
Atlanta,
hell?"
I have friends in Atlanta, and they were telling me it's snowing like crazy, and I'm like, in
I've seen
Atlanta?
some interesting things in Atlanta with the people
Okay.
in the snow. Some interesting things. Lord help us. But yeah, thank you for being here, Shayna. I appreciate you. I hope
Oh,
you're
and I
having
forgot
a
to
good
talk about
day.
Escalita. Sorry, I
Huh?
missed the part. I forgot to mention Escalita in
Go
my
ahead.
minute. So I actually understood Escalita jumping into that fight and attacking Princess. I actually understood it. And let me tell you why. Go back to Circuit Loving Hip Hop Atlanta pandemic season. I don't remember which season that was. That's why I'm saying pandemic season. Do you remember when Akbar V was literally fighting everybody in Spice's event and Spice got fed up and just started fighting her herself?
Yeah.
Because yes. So immediately when Estelita did that, I immediately thought of Spice and Akbar V fighting. And I understood Spice doing that because I'm trying to have an event. I'm trying to release my stuff. You came up here with a whole different agenda. Even though I think Estelita knew that would have happened potentially, it still didn't make it right. So I actually understood it. I did.
We're just gonna agree to disagree. Spice, that makes sense because it's like, damn, you fight everybody by a build. Now let me get my lick in. But that's a different situation. Spice is not inviting someone to her event to have a beef. Now, if Estelita invited Princess to her event because they're friends and she wanted support, fine. But she literally said verbatim, I invited Princess here so she could check that bitch for me. So if you invited her to check the bitch, did the bitch get checked, and you did not specify in which way you want said bitch to be checked, then why jump in and fight the person who you brought there for the purpose of a fight? That's my only beef with it. It's like you asked for this and now you're
Do
mad.
you think she really thought Princess was gonna hit her?
Princess has been on Love and Hip Hop for years and years, right?
Hmm.
Every season she's ever done of this show, unless she was pregnant or trying to get pregnant, and that's all of about 1 to 2 seasons, she's fighting. She's always hopping over tables,
Hmm.
hopping over security. Hell, she tried to fight with her sister-in-law and mother-in-law when she was planning her wedding. This girl is always fighting. I feel like she's trying to
Okay,
vindicate herself
I
from
can
the
understand
fish
your
that
point.
got pulled. So I feel like if you invite Princess and you watch this show or participate in it, you should know she quick to smack you. And then she worked with Zeus also, the network of fighting. So Estelina knew what the hell she was
She did
doing.
want a moment, Shayna. She did.
She's been
She
desperate.
wanted a moment. She wants to be in the main cast. She really does, and it's obvious.
And
But I
she's not
still, yeah.
interesting enough separate from the fighting. Like you can be beautiful all of you want, but being beautiful and attractive is not going to make you interesting to watch on TV. Having a toxic relationship, having crappy taste in men, women, whoever you date, that doesn't make you interesting on reality TV because quiet as
unless
it's
you
kept.
showing,
I'm sorry.
unless you showing the person.
Listen, this girl got nothing to give when it comes to this. Hi, Shani. Welcome in. Welcome in. She said, I watch ATL. I appreciate the support, and we will be doing Atlanta right
Yes,
after this. Please wish us luck because Atlanta wears me out, and I feel like James knows it, but enjoys my suffrage.
you chose this franchise. I was fine with it on my channel, but you wanted it, so you got it.
When I started my YouTube channel, y'all, people were very like, I reached out to people, did a lot of networking before starting it, and people were asking me to recap Love and Hip Hop. Talk about there's not a lot of YouTubers recapping it. I see why.
Yeah,
It's
headache.
stressful.
Yeah,
But Amara's dumbass goes to meet with Ray J after the fight at the hospital. Joan, look at me like that, James. She hurt her
because some
damn.
about her pulling up in that Cadillac Escalade, looking like a damsel in distress.
She
Just like,
always pull it up somewhere
It's
And
like, girl, if you don't cut this out.
doesn't make any sense. But she's at the ER at the same hospital. Must be not many hospitals in Miami.
No, that
Just
one's off the interstate. The one that she was at,
ah,
yeah. You could like it's literally right there. So yeah, that's why she went there.
okay. I was like, what the heck? Everybody always in that same hospital. But
Hmm.
she goes to the ER basically because her nail was hurt in the fight. This is why if you gonna get your nails done, make sure your set is done right and strongly. Don't fight if your nails are so long that you already have trouble wiping your ass. And her nails was so long that I know that she has trouble wiping her ass when she, uses the restroom. That's just my opinion. But it's weird that she called Ray. She tells him of what Princess did. And I'm like, these people are separated and getting a divorce for real this time, as he says. And she ends up basically blaming Ray J as well for his part in things because she's like, if you didn't flirt with me, I wouldn't be in this situation. You should have walked away the moment that man started flirting with you. You should have left the building,
Or not
called
answer
your
your phone.
friend. Doesn't make any sense. She said, "Got to turn the man sideways with the toilet paper."
Someone was telling me that too. I said that someone said you take your finger and yeah. I was like, no.
It just doesn't sound secure to me. I get my nails done religiously, okay, every 10 days. James knows religiously, but I like to keep them at a length where I can do things with ease. It's just smarter that way. I'd rather be in a convenient situation than just trying to look cute. Comfort and convenience is top tier to me. But this scene was cringeworthy, James, just because Amara blamed everybody for the fight but herself. And then she says, I don't know if I want to call the police and sue her and get her pockets where it hurts, or if I want to fuck the shit out of you all night. I'm like, huh? You just assume the man gonna
Well,
this is why you got
we know
slapped.
he would do it. Like, come on, we know he would do it. But I'm just saying, it's like Amara. I'm trying to advocate for you because I already just said in this live that I don't think Princess was the right person to do what she just did. I don't think she was the right person. But you doing this, you deserve now more than what you got. Because the fact that you would have that much vitriol just because you mad at her to then still try to make the wrong wrong, it's like, come on now. I can't advocate for you.
It says she expects to do bad things, but as long as she doesn't put her hands on nobody, then she doesn't expect to get that in return. It's not right to just put your hands on each other, especially at their big age. But Amara does the things in life where like people are like, if you ever got to fight, here's the reason. She does those things and picks at those buttons and then hides her hand. But she ends
Hmm.
up having Ray J pay the medical bill. And I knew he would pay the bill because until they're divorced, it's going to impact him too. One, if he pays that medical bill while on camera being filmed, she can't go and ask for more money because he's paid the bill. So it was smart of him to do it. But at the same time, I'm like, if you just got smacked for talking to somebody's husband when they're supposed to be your friend, why would you then call the person that you just got smacked off? But if anybody feels different, feel free to comment your opinions. But in my world, I'm just looking at a model with a side eye. Do you feel any differently? Or
No, I'm looking at her with two side eyes. If I could do that.
and then she's like, come pay this medical bill. Bitch, we know
You
you
ain't
got
paying for shit. Look, let me
insurance.
tell you, okay, where the insurance card at?
You
I
got
ain't
two
paying
little
for it.
babies.
Okay, I ain't paying for nothing.
You don't
That
pull
was
out
your
your
fault.
United Healthcare, Anthem Blue Cross, Aetna, Kaiser Permanente. Pull out an
All you
insurance
had
card
to do
tomorrow.
in all you had to do in hindsight was tell Princess, "Hey, girl, get your man." He just hit me up talking about meet him at the club and to do something. I ain't feeling it. All you had to do was tell her that. Not tell her after the fact that you done did it.
Oh, Jesus. Hello, bitch. Stay with it. Welcome in. Welcome in. I had to leave work early. You guys are helping my mood. Look at that. Look at that.
I don't know how you thought this live like would have been
She
anything
said,
different, especially
I
how
would have
crazy this
whooped
episode was.
She said I would have whooped on Princess's ass.
You
Listen,
know what? Honestly, that's why I said I wasn't mad at Estelita. And that's why I said I wasn't mad at her because I can't.
Estelita brought her there. I feel like Amara could have done more. Because if somebody slaps me, I'm coming back at you with closed fists, and I'm not gonna miss. Amara looked like she a hair puller, and to me, if you just instantly go to pull hair, to me, you can't fight. That's just how I
Mhm.
feel. But you know, I don't
It
know.
was
Estelita, let your
just
friend try and fight first. Don't just jump in. She said you Estelita. She said the HMO or PPO card. Right. Something. I can't understand
I
it.
will. I wouldn't have paid for nothing, but okay.
If Ray J did this to be petty, you would think that he would say, because once you file for divorce, I don't think you could just be looped into every lawsuit unless it's like an
No,
Erica and
you
Tom
can.
Girardi
Oh, I was gonna say
situation.
no.
Like we know that you can, but for something this small, I'm
Well, yes, and
good.
he was the common denominator. So this issue, absolutely, he could be looped into it because that was the whole purpose of what happened. Now, if
And
it
he
was something
acting like
else, like
he
if it was
paid
a
the
business
bill.
arrangement, like if this was something like they were in business together and it was something, then no, he can't.
The thing of it is, if his wife gets sued for putting her hands on somebody, yes, it kind of impacts him because of the kids and stuff, but it's not like he himself is going to be legally at fault. It's going to come to Princess. It's
You don't
just
think
these
Amara would
tax.
subpoena him if she were to take this to court? Because this lady slapped him. It's on national television, and the reason she slapped her was because of her meeting with her husband. You don't think Amara would subpoena him?
She can, but subpoenaing him will just prove that Princess has done what she did. That doesn't make him at fault for what she does
It
in
doesn't matter
court.
because she's still her husband. No, that's what I'm saying. He still has a
Just
fault.
because you married don't mean that people gonna sue you and that you'll be held liable.
She's
It
going
just
after
means
that
when it comes
Norwood
to
money.
paying for it, if you get a judgment on your record and Princess doesn't pay and she's married to Ray, then they can take that money from him if they garnish. But it doesn't mean that they're gonna make him at fault for something he
He
didn't
still
do.
got the last name Norwood. That affects him. It doesn't matter how we turn this. She got the last name Norwood still. He's affected. Trust me. No matter
Yes,
how
but
small.
not as much. I'm talking about
No, no,
legally
no, no. She
impacted.
wouldn't get much because they're in a
Of
controlled
course, he'll
state.
be impacted. That's what I stated at the beginning because they have kids together and it does impact their kids, which impacts him. But legally, it's her problem legally. It just is. But
Really. It
Princess is
depends
going
on
to
the
be hitting,
judge. It depends on the judge. Yeah.
Princess is going to be hitting people until the end of time. And they were married in California. So they going to have
Mhm.
a little bit of freedom, but at the same time, if you have the money that Princess has, you probably shouldn't be hitting people. Not for a man that you leaving. That's how I feel. If you leaving him, why? But it is what it is. We learned that Gael has 4 kids. I thought
That's
Gael
good.
had a kid in jail, but I didn't realize she still had like small
Little
kids,
baby children.
like
Yes.
starting kindergarten, first grade. Flo and Gael, they have 2 sons who are the same age. They're going to be starting school together. I know Gael's son, she said Papo. I can't, for some reason, the name of Flo's son is slipping my mind right now. But both of the kids were very cute. Flo's son looks just like Marlon, though.
The carbon copy. I said, ooh, that got to be. He's a handsome little guy. He really is. But dang, I said, spitting image of his daddy.
She says she don't like Princess or
I don't
Amara.
like either
I
one of them
don't.
either. Yeah, I don't like
I
either one of
don't.
them either. Yeah, it's just they both grimy, dirty old skeezers. I can't stand either one of
Not skeezer.
them.
Oh Jesus, they are though. I love that he says slimy. Shayna stated Gael having small kids and being a garden tool on TV.
I'm trying to tell you, Shayna. I was like, see, I would be so embarrassed, especially looking at this episode alone. I would be so embarrassed. I wouldn't even claim her, even the one in prison. Don't watch Love and Hip Hop up there because they're going to forever claim you about your mom.
No, for real. I was thinking that when I saw that she had that many kids too, I was like concerned. Like my eye twitched. She said all that body work and skin lightening products, and they couldn't get their son's haircut for the first.
Or at least get his hair braided. I was like, I said, well, Flo, go
They
ahead.
was too busy
Hey, y'all
putting
got
on
some wigs.
7,000
What?
pounds of eyebrow makeup.
Flo looked like she could braid hair. I know she could have did her son's hair. Like, come on. Their mama sitting up in there. She could have did their hair. Like, come on.
It's just weird for me to see Flo and Gael with their kids the way that they act. It's just
It
the
is
way.
weird because you forget their mothers.
Yeah.
And how they
Yes.
act is not conducive to someone bringing up children. It is very, especially Gael. It is
Yeah.
very detrimental to those kids. Is like upbringing and future for you to be acting like this on national TV.
Mm-hmm. You got it. That's what it is for me. I don't view them in like a motherly way, like at all. I just don't. But this is where they tell us that Marlon moved out because now he realized she taking the divorce seriously. The kids end up leaving, and Gael explains that she is not mad at Flo over Alan anymore. And the reason she's not mad at Flo over Alan is because she says she's dating someone new who she was talking to in DMs, but he had someone that he was with, so they couldn't really do nothing. So now that he not with his someone, now suddenly he's able to talk to Gael. I say any man dating Gael, I know that they don't make good choices. I said what I said. Y'all can call me mean. I said what I said. But after that, we see Marlon and Flo's mom and her wig, where we could see that black cap up under the wig from the front of the wig. Let me tell you, Gael got her looks from her mother, and I feel like Flo got her looks from the daddy or something. I
Which
don't
is why I
care.
believe
Y'all
my
can
mama don't
cancel
like
me.
Flo.
Yeah, because that mama's
That mama is terrible.
she's hard to look at. I'm sorry.
No, it's just she's just y'all. I'm trying not to talk about somebody's mom, and this is a Haitian mom. I don't come from me, Haitian community. Please do not. I love and respect all moms, but go ahead and explain the scene, and I'll comment after.
No, no, no. I agree with what you're saying. Flo's mom is a problem, and the scene is going to make her a problem. And I agree with the statement that Haitian people may be embarrassed by them because I don't think they all act like this at all. We can't just judge a whole
I
culture of
just,
people based on these
it's
people.
just, it's disheartening to see the fact that this man hurt your child to the point where he slept with your other child for no reason at all, and you still, even in this today's time, you still is on this man's side. I can't for the life of me. Like, I don't understand this. The fact that you are this like gun ho about this man that you would at the disposal of your own child make sure that he does everything in his power to continue to show up in like ways where it's harmful to her. That's crazy to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the mom don't make no type of sense for her behavior whatsoever. The conversation is just basically Flo's mom telling Marlon about Alan. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I legitimately hollered, absolutely hollered. When Marlon said the guy with 10 hairs on his head, I said not 10 hairs
Not
on his
10
head.
years. I said,
I
push
said,
up.
and I had to
With
pull
your
up my
Beijing.
pause
You got a lot of nerve.
with that hairline and
Right.
his little weave beard. He tripping, but I
Boy, I
had
throw
to
some water on
pause.
you, we'll see it all. Come on.
I paused the episode and went and Googled Alan, and I was like, he doesn't have very much hair. So I did feel like that was funny, but Marla was so serious. But this just proved her mama messy. Because how you snitching on your own daughter? How you snitching on your own
It just makes you
daughter?
wonder how she was raised.
Exactly,
It just makes me
exactly.
wonder. And it almost makes it explainable the way Gael acts the way she does. It's almost
Hmm.
very explainable to know
It's a
that.
learned behavior.
Mhm. Well, it means that Gael got away with a lot that Flo could not. And I think I've said this on this channel before. I feel like that mom allowed Gael to just do whatever she wanted to do at the expense of Flo. Because remember, Gael's on the show because of Flo. So I feel like she made Flo always take care of Gael in a
Yeah.
way to where at any expense of your detriment, no matter if you suffering or not, that's your sister, and you better make sure she has just as much as you do.
I know that in African culture, I've been told that growing up, with my siblings. Like, no matter what happens, you will forgive it and all of that. So maybe it's something with that. But let me get to the comments. A bitch stay with it said, I think the mom is nice looking. She just trifling, wanting her daughter to stay with a cheater. If you do stuff like that and you ugly on the inside, then when I look at your outer, I'm not gonna see nothing I like. But I do
Right.
agree with that. And she doing her mama dirty. You got a whole beauty line and brand that you've been on this show promoting. And this woman has been coming on TV with a wig that's not even lined up with the wig cap. And I don't know how you could do that to your mama. I
You know,
just
also
don't.
a bitch they winning. I also want to say this. I feel like because I bet any kind of money, they daddy cheated on that mom. That's why she want Flo to stay with Mark.
I think they mentioned that when we first met them in
I
their
don't remember.
first,
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
remember.
in their first season. Flo was talking to her mom, and she had explained a little bit in the confessional, and would talk to her mom like, just because daddy did this to you. So I feel like it's definitely her mom wanting to have a cycle repeated. Something wrong with the mama though, in my opinion. She said, I'm wondering if Flo and Marlon are even legally married. I
They are.
don't buy it no more.
They are. They're
I
legally
don't
married.
buy their storyline though. I
They're
feel like
so they're
they're
still not
good.
bullshit.
They're
They're
happily
very much
married,
together.
probably.
No,
Yeah.
they're very much together. This is for TV. This is to make sure because this is a good check that Flo's bringing in compared to the others.
Yeah.
So because this is an easy check. All she had to do was show up for 3 months of filming. They have other businesses. They got restaurants. He has another business. I think he has a roadside business as well, if I'm not
Hmm.
mistaken. So no, they have like this is an easy check for them. That's why they do it, and they just playing in our faces. I already know. No, they're legally married.
Yeah.
They are.
That's what I feel like they're legally married, but I don't buy the storyline. I think that he has done a lot of the things that she's alleged, but
Oh
for
yeah,
her to just
absolutely.
be getting over it, to be filming with her sister so soon, or to even try and make it work, crawl it back to his, I don't even fully buy it. Welcome in, Quay, the Canary Diamond. Welcome in. Thank you for being here and nice to meet you, my darling. She states their mom reminds me of a martyr's mom, just wants her daughter with any man. Yep. Just would rather be able to say my daughter is married versus my daughter is married to a
And
person
there's
who's treating her right.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but your daughters can't get with married men and, get with men who are unavailable, even emotionally unavailable, like Safari was. They can't get with men like that, and you think that they make good husbands. Flo and Gael's mama, she can't take her husband back when he constantly sleeps with your daughter and all your cousins and shit. They can't be with good husbands like that. That's not good examples. So I need y'all to get out of 1940 and come on over to 2025, where you need to empower your daughter's independence because Flo don't need Marlon. Amara don't need no man. So I mean, come on, we gotta get with the times now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too because people, regardless of what happens in the time, we love our parents, especially girls to their moms, and they try to listen to their advice, or they at the very least like to make them proud. And it's like, come on now, they ain't happy. These men
Yes,
ain't nothing. They
thank
ain't shit.
you.
Try to tell you. But bitch, that would have said Marlon has a hair weave. Marlon has all sorts of weaves.
I mean, between Beijing waves, I'm telling you, that is fiber installed.
He got all that money
Waves.
to have his beard sewed and glued up on his beard is a quick weave, and I don't understand how you got the money to be putting these weaves in your beard and your head, but your hairline is just terrible. And I've been talking to some male friends, showing the pictures because a lot of them can't sit through the show, and they'd be like, "Damn!" As soon as you see a picture of him, he looked goofy. I really think men should embrace the baldness if you get to a certain age, or if you
Let me tell
can't
you
grow no
something about
hair.
living in Miami. It is all about the structure of your
It's too
appearance.
humid in Miami for him to be trying to have a glue-on weave at the
They gonna
thousand.
do. They gonna do it. Let me tell you, he gonna make it work. They know how to crank that air conditioner all up in them businesses and them
I
buildings.
cannot.
Yes,
I
that
cannot.
is. Yes, that Miami is the pretentious city. Everybody's pretentious. I've lived there, so I know. It's kind of one of those situations where there's a lot of Marlins. That his hairstyle and beard only cost $50.
I can't.
Yeah,
It's
so
$50 that he needs to get back. It looks terrible. He needs his money back. I want a refund. Bitch, what is that? She knows the mom is a pushover. Yeah, the mom. I don't think she's a
I don't think
pushover,
she's a
but when it
pushover.
comes to men, she is.
I think she's no. She just lives vicariously through her daughter. And this really is a reflection of how she sees herself. Because I told y'all, Flo is a representative of what her mom is.
Mm,
And the things that Flo is not doing, her mom did do. So her mom probably did stay with a cheater. So she expects Flo to do it because she did it. I'm telling. And maybe Marlon was more attractive than their daddy, and she probably think that Flo can't do any better. That's probably what that is. Because a lot of women and a lot of
yeah.
moms sometimes do that.
Lord help us.
Hmm.
She said it's very much
Oh,
storyline. It
absolutely.
might
It's
be the
yeah.
culture too. It definitely might be because I there's people in my culture that do that when it comes to like marriage, especially growing up African and Islam. Like they're like marriage is like a thing, but then my sister, she dates, like she lives her life, has fun. They're like, oh, is something wrong with her? I'm like, nothing's wrong with her. Like everybody's different. Hell. Hi, DM Rocks. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Glad to see you, and I hope you're having a happy hump day. Abyss Stay with it stated, I don't think Marlon has any money or he would not have been sleeping in.
Let me explain something once again. That's why I said this is an easy check. Y'all know they ain't got no money. Y'all seen Bernice 2 seasons ago. Come on, we know their situation. That's why I said they gonna make up anything and everything to make sure they stand. That's why Gael acting crazy now. That's why Flo doing the ridiculous stuff she doing. Yes, this is to keep a good VH1 check. It's lackluster to say the least because I don't think any of them make 7 figures across this
I don't
board
think they
on
do.
this
Not
show.
on VH1.
Yeah.
Definitely not on
So yeah,
VH1.
this is a good check because Miami's expensive. So this is a good check for them because it's an easy one. That's why I said it's easy money. No, I think
Hmm.
no. This is no. I don't think their family's out there. I think this is absolutely real. I think the whole situation, the
I just
dynamics, is absolutely real.
I feel like the old stuff that may be real that we saw when we first met her, but as for the last few seasons with Flo and this family, I haven't felt like it's real. I feel like they're the type of family that's probably like, we need the check. I bet you that's what her mama's saying, and so they stay on it. But it's gotten to a point where it's just like, if it's real,
So you
Flo, and
don't
you
think
claim
that
you're gonna
Marlon
get a
slept with
divorce,
Gael?
then file the papers. Huh?
You don't think Marlon slept with Gael?
You're missing what I'm saying. I said
Oh,
when we
okay.
met them at first in the beginning, I feel like that stuff was real. But for the issues to be ongoing like they are now in the last few seasons we've had this family, I don't think that the things that they're arguing over are legitimate. I
Oh no,
think
no, no. I got what you
basically,
were saying. I thought
yeah,
I heard
like
premise
we
first.
are agreeing that yes, Marlon, that's why I said earlier, Marlon has definitely done all the things he's accused of, but in real time, I feel like they just BSing because they're on TV. And realistically, someone's not going to be like, oh, I slept with your sister this season. Next season, I sleep with your cousin. The season after that, I'm going to sleep with your girlfriend. This, like, I don't think all of that is happening, but I do feel like she's just reenacting things that the family has probably already gone through, if that makes sense. DM
Yeah,
Rock
I can
said,
see
I
that.
love, huh?
No, I can see that. Yeah.
He said, I love how Brooke was smiling when Amara got slapped. Right.
I'm gonna smile and laugh too because look at these clowns.
And kept
Yeah,
herself
silly.
out of it.
Right.
Right. Like, and honestly, I think Brooke be talking to Amara and realizing, like, oh, somebody gonna smack the shit out of you. Cause
Hmm. Yeah,
she
because
be
Brooke ain't no fool. So yeah, absolutely.
Brooke knows. Brooke knows. She probably just glad it's not her no more. Cause loving hip hop Hollywood, I remember Marcus and how he made you look in that
Right. We
trip
ain't
to
gonna never forget that.
Catalina.
Right.
Yeah, don't play with us. She said, yeah, but we know love and hip hop don't pay that much. That is the truth. That is the
Unless
truth.
you Yandy, Kirk, and Rashida.
Yeah, I feel like all of this is based on stuff that has happened, but I don't think, especially Marlon, I do think he's broke personally, even with his businesses. They seem like they don't manage their money well.
Well, no, because they're trying to keep up with the appearance, like that house. I think a lot of that is them trying to, keep up with the Joneses, look a certain way, and everything like that. And I think that fundamentally, like they probably maxed out all their credit cards. They probably, are barely getting by. Because if you notice, she really ain't got no furniture in that house, not no real furniture anyway. So I feel like, yeah, this is definitely for sure.
Mm, I agree. I agree. I agree. Now, oh, where the heck was I? So that's what happened to crazy people. Now we got to get to the big girls, BBWs. Cheek Diamond, who is new addition, has a lot of energy, is entertaining, and Zoe breaks meet up. And I feel like production did this with these two because they're like, let's get the two big girls together. Let's get the two, anyone who's similar in any way. Production's gonna try and get them together in the scene, see where it goes. But I'm not gonna spend too much time here. We learn more about Ching's man who's locked up. She's hoping he does better. He done went to jail, got out, got violated his probation, went back to jail, got out, violated again, went back to jail, and now he's going to get out again, potentially. And she thinks he's gonna do better because he's gonna be released to her in a different city. It sounds like you about to become his cash out princess, cash out queen, whatever the hell you want to call it, because he's getting out. He's gonna fly to you. You probably paying for his plane ticket. He's not gonna have a job, so you're gonna be paying his rent. Ching, you should have called WeTV and went on Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup, Life After Lockup, because even I feel like this man gonna ride her success and
Oh,
use her.
absolutely. But I feel like, so since when, I guess parole is different nowadays than when I studied criminology, because when I studied criminology, you just can't go from state to state like that.
Well, yes, a lot has changed, and the study of criminology helps you understand, obviously, criminal activity laws and things like that. But when it comes to sentencing, like jail math is really a thing. Like it's legitimately a thing. The other thing that they're trying to do, especially after COVID, is a lot of police departments defunded, a lot of the DAs, the district attorneys, and all of them are having like different perspectives and stuff. Cause I have a cousin that just got out, I would say last year,
Hmm.
and he went from Louisiana, he went from Jackson Parish to all the way to Texas. Now he in Arizona. Then he went to Vegas. So for some people, I think it depends on your crime, the time, and the
Yeah.
percentage of your
Well,
sentence
because she
that
said
you
he's been
do.
locked up 3 times since they've been
Mhm.
together. So that's why I'm like,
It's
I
probably
don't think
petty
it's gonna be that
crimes.
easy, sis. I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
Well, I do recap Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love During Lockup. Ooh, that's a lot to say. And it is. But all those people are getting fresh out of like federal prisons, state prisons, some of them just jails for long terms. And it's very easy to contact your parole officer and either get a pass, or if you can prove that you have an address to go to and say, hey, this is a new environment, they'll approve people to go wherever, parole or not. It's crazy, but they're a little looser. I think the effort is to like rehabilitate criminals, but everyone feels different. But yeah, that's common to get out
Okay.
and leave the
Okay.
state.
I mean, just because I look, I have plenty of parole officer friends, and us doing practicing and networking with this, they would not approve this, especially him going to Miami of all places. They would not
Yeah,
approve
that
that.
is a strange thing because I
Yeah.
know though there's been some people though that don't get approved. There was a couple on
Mhm.
Love After Lockup that I recapped last season, Brittany and Kira. She wanted to move to Texas with her fiance. They got an apartment, they got jobs, all this stuff. She was not approved by the state of Texas to come to Texas, even though her home state of North Carolina approved for her to go, but the state of Texas did not want to accept her. So it depends
Did
on
she
the
say what
state. It
he
depends.
did, the boyfriend? Did she say what
Huh?
he did? Did she say why he got locked up?
It sounds like it's just selling drugs and just hustling stupid
Yeah, I don't
stuff.
see him getting approved to go to Miami. I don't.
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't either. And I feel like that little scene we see where they show the little clips of what will happen next week, and she's like on the ground crying, like she's having an anxiety attack because he's telling her he might have to stay. I feel like that might be part of why. A bitch said when it says she act like she confident, but if you letting the dude play in your face like this, you are not confident. Preach, preach, preach.
Mhm.
I wonder if the house is rented.
You know what? I thought that too, because y'all have to understand, Miami, the average house in Miami is literally $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to count Flo's pockets because she might got good credit. I don't know. Her and Marlon both. I don't know what they got, but that house looked like it's in very proper Miami, like Aventura area. And houses over there is between $2 to $5 million. Now,
Mm.
no, I'm just playing. I don't know. I don't know their finances like that. But if the house is rented, they're paying a good 25 to 30,000 a month on that house because that house is huge.
She
So
got a
yeah.
different house every season. I think these Airbnbs personally, but
That was the part with the lack of furniture.
yeah, there ain't
They
no
do that in
furniture.
Miami. They do.
Like,
They that lack of furniture. You be like, if you want something extra, that's $250 on top of your price. So yeah, we'll bring it to you.
Lord help us, Lord help us. But yeah, Ching Diamond, we'll see what happens. Zoe brings. Eh. All right. Gael has a new man. It comes out that her new man is Shay's old man, Favo. This is the person who she was in the DMs with. Gael just don't know how to deal with man. All she wants to do is make it sexual. Like he was actually like, I don't even like Favo, right? But he was actually trying to talk to her, and she's just like licking her lips and all this extra stuff, and it's she don't have no game. She just pulls men in hoping that they think that they one-eyed monster. I am I surprised that Gael is talking to Fabo? No. Am I surprised that Fabo is talking to Gael? No. Um, I think that about sums it up, but I'm gonna get James's perspective.
I can't stop laughing.
You know I'm doing my best. What the hell?
Because
Gael does not want
y'all,
Fabo.
just
Gael's
what I
with
think,
her sister's husband, so nobody is safe. I'm not surprised.
just when I thought this lady could go any lower, just when I thought there was nothing worse than hell, somehow or another, she has found it. Like,
She's an
I
explorer.
mean, it was just the things that she said. When I saw him chest up to Shay's mama, I thought, oh, that turned me on. So a grown man disrespecting someone's mama will turn you on.
Hmm.
Okay, lady. Okay. Okay. Like, I don't, yeah, I don't,
So
whatever Shay give you, you deserve.
yes,
That's all I'm
yes.
gonna say. Whatever Shay give you, you deserve it. And I hope it's a good one. Because we know, let me tell you, Bucky is not going to disappoint when she find out about this. And I can't wait for that episode to air because I know Bucky finna give us a run for her. Oh, Shay, I'm going to call you Shay today. I want to see it. I don't want you to hold nothing back. I don't want no wires uncrossed. I want you to give everything you got. And I'm telling you, as if you play for Milwaukee right now, charge her or wherever football team is in my Dolphins, charge her whatever. I want
I
to
just
see it.
want to. I'm just. Yeah, I'm over it.
That's what I'm
These
saying.
people
And I
should
hate
be.
to promote violence like this, y'all, but this
Gael
lady's
just
ass
ain't had her
whooping.
ass whooped right. It's not promoting violence. Sometimes you learn from making mistakes. Gael keeps making mistakes and has not had to deal with the consequences or repercussions. So that's what needs to happen. In this situation, we unleash Shay and her strange wigs and we allow them to do whatever they need to do. And that's just how it should be. The hell? I don't feel sorry for no Gael. Now, Princess Love and Bobby Lights meet up, and this is where Princess and them discuss the whole altercation that happened with her and Amada. Princess shows receipts and explains her side of things. And essentially, I did understand where Princess was coming from. It's like, you're supposed to be my friend. You talking to my ex. You telling me he flirting. She said it was a red flag that you told me after the fact. Why do you feel the need to tell me he's flirting? Like all these things that Amara should have done but did not do. I still don't think it was that deep to smack her, but I feel like Estelita told her, do whatever you feel you need to do. And I feel like Princess took that as bet. I'm going to smack her up. What? Clay said, I'm with you, but I don't think Bucky can fight either. I think she just barks loud. That's true.
Well,
That's
I
why she
mean,
always throwing
we know
something.
she gave a good wig tussle to Joy that one season, so that's good enough for me.
Mm. I'm not
That's
too
good.
happy still about that wig.
That wig tussle was everything. So,
That's what's
and I like
needed.
Joy. I do sometimes, and but that was a good wig tussle. If I ain't never seen a good wig tussle, that almost reminded me of Jessica Dime when she tossed that lady's wig that was sleeping with everybody's husband. Treasure. Yeah. That's what that wig tusk reminded me of.
Oh
It's her wig
god.
tusk.
I also agree with this though, Quay. I really don't think Shay can fight either, but Shay is loud enough to make a fool of Gael and will do everything she can to get to her. Shay's had some questionable wigs this season. She said, OMG, Bobby Lights looked like Woody from Toy Story with a Coca-Cola.
If they stay winning,
You all time out.
you on timeout. Because I actually can see that and picture it.
Oh
Especially with the
god.
inflammation, it's like, oh my gosh.
Bobby's starting to look sick. I don't know if it's the cocaine withdrawals or what, but he's the I don't
Like,
know what he's doing.
yeah, like he didn't got a hold of. I mean, I'm gonna say allegedly because I don't want to put that out there like that. But he didn't got a hold of
Hmm.
something else. I'm sorry. That like he is aged 15 years, and he was such a handsome little guy. He really was, and I just don't know what
Another handsome little guy.
little
Why
team
you
two.
describe him like a new puppy? He was a handsome little guy.
He was like when he first came on, like he wasn't finding in that boy he was dating.
The
His
other one.
first season, that man was fine. Oh, I still follow him to this day because I was like, oh,
I can't
he was
stand you, Jay.
exactly my type. So I was like, a black Mr. Clean. I always loved it.
I can't stand you. Are y'all watching? What's good? Welcome in. The ladies in Miami so loud and aggressive, and in that order. And in that order. And in that order specifically. Jessica Time was no joke
She
to the
wasn't
point where she left the show. She said, I don't have to do this. I
right.
don't have to do this. Ariel Watcher said, which cast ladies would win an argument, Miami or Atlanta?
Hollywood,
The options are Miami or Atlanta.
Hollywood,
He said Hollywood.
Hollywood would win an argument,
I,
hands down.
with the
Would
current
tear all these
cast,
women up.
I'm gonna answer the question without the Hollywood because we don't know that they even coming back. I would
They're not.
say
Yeah.
in an argument,
See, you can't even answer the question. Go
I'm
somewhere.
trying to think of the
Hollywood.
damn. No,
Hollywood.
because the thing is, if it's between Atlanta and Miami, I kind of feel like Miami might win an argument because they're willing to just go low and straight to hell. Atlanta kind of eases into it a little
I feel
bit.
like Atlanta got a bunch of scary people.
If you
So
subtract Kirk and Rashida,
and
subtract like
Yandy,
Yandy, like
yeah,
the
then
people
okay,
who
I'm gonna
don't
say
say
Atlanta.
what's really on their mind, they might win. But for me, I feel like Miami would do better just because
Mhm.
nobody seems to give a damn about their careers or none of that to talk crap. But yeah, I feel Miami, they don't have no coof. So I'll give
They
it to
don't.
them. Quay the Canary Diamond said Bobby looks bad, but he seems more clear in the head and he was super cute when he started before that's what it is. I think the lip and face fillers are aging him
That's why y'all not
faster
supposed
than
to
he
put
needs
that
to
in
be
y'all
aged.
face and stuff. I don't. You see, Sierra from Love and Hip Hop's Atlanta stopped doing it. Y'all need to stop doing that.
They
Who was
do.
on? Let me tell
Especially when
y'all
you're
something.
African American, we have naturally, for the most part, we have
Yeah,
naturally
our
full
bone
lips and
structure is already
features.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why
You
would
have
y'all
to
want to do
do it.
that? Let me tell y'all something. If we talking about the season where they had Masika Kalisha, Shonda, Moniece, what's old girl Soldier Boy's baby mama,
Oh,
and
Naya.
Big Mouth Brandy, yes,
They
they
would.
could. They wouldn't. They can't touch either or cast. Like I'm
But
telling you.
Hollywood is not coming back. And I think they're gonna spread out the cast like they did with Brooke and
Mhm.
Princess and Ray J. I think they're gonna sprinkle the cast around. I don't think Hollywood's coming back. I don't think New York's coming back.
No, New York is for sure done. I think Hollywood has a potential if they get the right cast.
A
But
bitch
I don't
that
want
wouldn't have felt
MTV
like
to mess up a good
ATL would
thing.
take
That's
it.
why
Hmm.
I don't want MTV to mess it up. That's
They
why, because
already
I feel like
have.
they would. I feel like they would pick it up. I don't want them to mess it up. That's why I'm glad they're not coming back.
Mm, mm. She said black women in the South ain't no joke either. ATL all the way.
Mhm.
They're not. The problem with the ATL cast right now is a lot of them aren't from Atlanta.
Right.
I think that's what it is. Back in the day, they used to have more people on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta that were from Atlanta, and then they had the few that had moved there, for success. Because Atlanta's, especially for people of color, is like a safe space to a certain extent. But yeah, I don't know. They all ethnicities, black people have naturally larger lips for the most part. Yeah, it's like people used to get the fillers to keep up with us. Now us are doing it, and it's making people like Sierra look like damn aliens. I don't know, but hey, she found someone to love her alien self. Now, uh, basically, Bobby encourages Princess to have uh, to talk to Ray J to get to the bottom of it. But I'm like, what is there to get to the bottom of? If y'all not gonna be cool and y'all done fought, then just let it be that. There's nothing to get to the bottom of, in my opinion.
I agree.
That's how I feel. Do you feel any differently,
Nope.
James?
I agree with that 100%.
Lord. So Ching Diamond and Zoe meet up at Trick's restaurant Sundays and they order all this food. And it seems like they're leaning into the oh, we big girls, so we gonna eat and all of that. The food did look good though. But I'm like, Zoe, wasn't you just talking about you're not ashamed of your body, but was trying to lose weight last season? Now you're doing TikToks in Trick Daddy's restaurant, eating fried turkey wings and fried fish and fried chicken. Oh, I'm sorry, baked chicken and all these things. Zoe seems like the kind of girl that will do whatever she has to do to be liked. I don't know if anybody else sensed that from her in the scene with Ching Diamond. You could tell she was just looking for acceptance and happy to like be around someone who in some ways is similar to her aesthetically, but she it was like she just seemed insecure in that situation. They do move on to discuss Zoe's relationship. I can't remember that boy's name right now. The one that proposed to her, that's also managing her career, gave her a home when she had nowhere to sleep and her family turned her back on him.
Ain't his name like Norman or Herbert or something like
I don't even know. But
that?
she feels like the engagement is off because she was trying to break up with him, move out, all these things. She says he's more of a manager than a boyfriend. And it's like you saying all of these things, but then at the same time, if you don't know if you want to marry somebody, then maybe don't accept the proposal. It seemed like Zoe just wants to break up with him. That's how I feel. I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's how I feel.
Yeah,
Uh,
I do get the feeling that she don't wanna be with him, and she would rather keep him in the manager role, but he won't settle for that. And so she's trying. So she's. I think she's at a crossroads because the only real answer would be you have to cut the relationship off in both ways. He can't be your manager or your man because he doesn't. Because he's
mm,
already blurred the lines. So he's not going to know how to do either or. Because even if y'all break up and he's still your manager, in some way he's still going to act like your man. So therefore, you can't go out there and date or go out there and be with somebody else because he's going to keep you busy to where it still looks like y'all are a couple without being a couple. That's what I'm getting from the situation.
that was a beautiful way, and I mean, just entirely beautiful way to explain that because that's exactly what she's going through. I think that's also a point that I missed a little bit as a viewer. Like you can't really go backwards or forwards now
Mhm.
that he's your manager. You either have to find a way to make it work in the way that you are, or it's always going to be a problem somehow. So that's a good point. You should have been a counselor, James. The But yeah, that she's feeling away. I'm like, I hope she makes a choice. I think Zoe knows she needs to end it, but I think she wants to try and make it work because he has done a lot for her. But someone can be good to you, they can do everything for you, they can love you, and sometimes things just don't work out. And I think these two might be experiencing that.
I want people to, at one point, stop taking what someone does for you as you have to have this grandeur of loyalty to them because of
Mhm.
what they did. Sometimes you have to understand like things counteract with each other. You cooking and cleaning counteracts him paying the bills and like doing things because he wouldn't do it if you didn't do that. He wouldn't have you around if you didn't do that. So don't I want people to stop looking at these things like just because he provides monetary or he helps you get the monetary doesn't mean that you owe him this grand relationship if you truly don't feel that way.
Yeah, if you're not happy, you have every right to leave. And it may hurt someone, but it's better to leave in a healthy way than to do it in some unnatural, unhealthy, toxic way. People don't realize that, but
Absolutely, I hope so because I think people stay in relationships like that because they feel somewhat of guilt that this person is providing something for me, or this person is giving me something and I owe them all of this. It's like, no, you probably have already paid your just due in other ways. It just doesn't look that way because monetary takes overall. But y'all have to look at things differently.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Now, unfortunately, to get to a negative but slightly funny topic, they take some videos and they look at the comments. They've had several views, thousands of comments, and the fans got at them for their weight. And it wasn't even some of the people was talking shit. I'm not gonna lie. You could tell some of them was like fat shaming, making the jokes. But then a lot of the comments that they did display on the show showed like, okay, this is not cute. Like, and I think the line is that we should not judge other people just based on their physical appearance, right? However, comma, we also should not promote unhealthy trends, especially amongst the African American and minority communities, where some of the foods we eat contribute to issues health wise. Like, we cannot ignore health, right? And so I think that Zoe and Ching kind of got caught up in that. But I go back to Bitch Day Winning's comment, where she states that they always say that they're not ashamed when talking about plus size people, but always end up wanting to lose weight. And that goes back to the health aspect, because not everyone is comfortable getting to a certain type of weight. That's more weight on your bones, that's harder on your organs, your arteries, all those things, right? So I think a lot of people ignore that. I wouldn't bully someone online just because they post themselves eating a bunch of stuff. I'm the type that if I don't like it, I keep swiping and just move on. But for some people, they feel the need to comment. I also agree with this comment. I do not like when people put themselves down and fall into stereotypes. Yes, these are plus size women, but I do not need to see them filming a TikTok eating in Trick's restaurant where the food that he cook and eat for himself landed his ass in the hospital. I don't need to see them eating at the Mucinex Monsters restaurant in heavy amounts of food. Like, and what's sad is these are two, in my opinion, the most talented people on the cast. They can really write, they can really spit, but you choose to show yourself eating chicken. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It bothered me. So I agreed with that. Abyss Day when it said, let's not forget about the attention that Zoe was getting, and now she probably wants to leave him behind. She may have new options. I believe the friend who was like, are you sure that Kelvin is his name? Are you sure you want to be with Kelvin? Because wasn't you dealing with this other person? Like, she shouldn't have exposed her, but I think Zoe is now open and seeing more people and probably wants to play around with her options, and that's fine. That is fine. Quay stated they posted like an act. Remember the Fat Boys back in the day? I hated that for them. Ah, throwback, throwback,
Throwback
throwback.
and interesting, great point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's all an act, but you know they're both really talented. I encourage them lean into their music, lean into their relationships. It's loving hip hop, not loving poke chops. That's just how I feel personally. We did see Amada home. I'm not wasting time on this dramatic
I was
ass
gonna say you ain't go past the thing because
she
that was some
she
bullshit.
she pissed me off. She had an IV drip in her finger because of a hurt finger. I don't know why the ER would release you and then say you need an IV. Talking about from the fight. Girl, your hair got pulled, your finger got hurt.
Well, if you believe the ER really sent her where it was with a damn nurse, she hired. You can get a mobile IV drip for $250. They come to
Thank
your
you,
house. I done
Jones.
did it 20 times.
Let
They
the
come
people
right over
know.
to your house and they put the IV in there. I ain't never seen one answer the door before, but you know, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, she paid that lady $250. Come over to the house. That's a hour and a half treatment, and then there you go. And it was perfect for the scene for Esley to bring her whomped ass up in there.
It could have been a vitamin IV drip. It could have been anything.
That's what it was.
I mean,
That's
I don't.
exactly what it was.
Amara irritates my soul. Estelita and her talk about Princess. I'm sick of both of them. I am not going to waste the time on it because
And the Emmy goes
Estelita
to
cries.
Estelita.
I did this, but I stepped for you. I didn't ask you to,
And
bitch.
you sit up there, you was over there with Shane. You know the Shane used my trauma against me, and you was still gonna take a video of Shane. And I fought for you because I stand for you, Barbara. You know I got you. I would never do this to you. I'm looking at them like, oh
These
my
bitches just met
god.
like two
I'm
seasons
like,
ago.
Girl, if y'all don't cut this shit out.
And we gonna leave it there because
Right.
that's all that I the Ivy and where is this? Where did it go? And soup. That's what pissed me off. The soup.
The
I think
soup
the
was
soup
good though.
pissed
I
me
can't
off
lie. That soup
more.
looked good as hell, but I'm sorry.
How the hell you eating the IV with the soup, getting your vitamins? Amara, stop playing with the church's
Okay,
money.
because when I did mine, girl, I was laying down. I was a shoe because I had Benadryl in mine, so that's why I was ready to go to
Went
sleep.
straight to sleep afterward. Not the intravenous Benadryl. Oh yeah, yeah. Let me catch the comment. The bitch statement is that I really felt that when Estelita said that girl had no business talking about her drama, her trauma. Yeah, that was wrong.
It was wrong.
It
We're
was
not going to
wrong.
discredit how she feels. We're not
Yeah.
going to discredit that. I 100% agree with how Estelita feels because we know Shay is gutter gutter like that. We know she gonna go all the way to hell. We already know this.
You
But
could
my
go to
whole
hell
point
without
is
bringing up child trauma, though. Like, leave people's
mm,
childhoods alone.
right. But my thing is half the other room is cool with Shay too. So were you gonna do the same thing with Brooke? Because Brooke is cool with Shay. Are you gonna hold her to that same accountability?
Hmm.
Who else was there that's cool with Shay? Is Bobby cool with Shay? I don't remember. But I feel like there was one other person that's cool with Shay that I feel like Estelita wouldn't dare, like question them. So to do that to Amara, that's where I feel like it's wrong. Because
Yeah.
if she wants to be friends with her, she should have every right the same way some of your
Brooke
other
is
friends
the
are friends
perfect
with
example. Y'all cool with her, but she
her.
been
Right.
running around too with Shay. So it's weird. Estelita, that
Mhm.
whole scene, I feel her with the childhood trauma and being mad about it. I get that. No one should throw anything that happens in your childhood against you because we have no control as children, but to do all of this was a bit much. To me, I just saw fake ass bitches with a fake ass healing. Are you still watching or are y'all watching? Said Amara don't like anyone. Amara is the one person who has no like true friendship with anyone on the cast since she's been on the show. And the
Amara
one
doesn't
person
like
she
women.
did,
That's the thing. She's been taught to be against women, and she's been like I could see it. Like it's very obvious. You've been taught that you need friends, but they can't be better than you in any instance.
that's
Because the
right.
moment you feel that they're better than you, then that means you need to one up them. And the one up them that she constantly does is get their man because they feel like she feels like that's their best accomplishment. I can have them just as easy as you can have them. That's why she
Yep.
does what she does.
I
It's
think
it's
Shay
very
explained that too. Amara, I think everybody want her. I think that's the truth.
obvious.
Quay said, Estelita is childish, thinking if I'm not cool with them and be friends with them, we are not in the, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if Shay has not done anything to anybody else that you're cool with, then, and not to mention, Shay and Amara have a history. So you can't just project how you feel to Amara and have some type of blind loyalty to you. Granted, as I said, the situation was messed up, but at the same time, they have their own problems and issues. Like,
They've
she
known
can't
each
just pile
other,
it
as
on her.
Amara said, for over 7 years. So, Estelita, you can't think that after 2 seasons in less than a year that you are going to be able to control and dictate who she's friends with. I do think that Estelita is being genuine in her feelings and her anger. It's Amara who I feel like is full of shit.
I feel like she's genuine, but at the same time, I really thought they got past that in another conversation, which is why I did what I did. Because I felt like y'all already talked about that. And then you tried to use it as a silver bullet because that's lady was wrong, y'all. I don't care how everyone says she was wrong for not giving Princess the heads up, or not giving Princess Amara the heads up. That Princess, we already established that in this life that she was wrong for that. But what she was trying to do was pacify that situation by bringing up something that they already discussed. Because Amara said, "I got your back. Like I'm not gonna do nothing."
Estelita just needs to stick to the facts I and she would have been okay. Because
Right,
even crying in the scene, she tells Amada, "You're the only one I fight for." But we done seen her since she's been back on Love and Hip Hop fight for multiple people.
right.
So
Like that's what I said. The thing, like, I feel like her feelings are real, but the action was disingenuous.
perfect way to explain it. Perfect way
Yes,
to explain it. Because you ain't gonna say I only fight for you, bitch. You constantly fighting, and it's never
for
your
real.
own fight.
Exactly. Thank
Never
you.
your own fight. But the next thing we see is food. I laughed at this scene. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. So Princess and Ray J they end up meeting up, and this is where He tells her what happened between him and Amara. He also admitted to being petty. And I hollered because this is why these people are divorcing, but I also feel like they perfect for each other because she said, dude, I don't even understand why you're with her. She's like 2 times taller than you. And he stopped his story so quick. I was like, how you gonna do me like that? I was like, wait,
This is true.
Ray J.
We short and we proud, right? They just admit it. We short. That's okay. I'm 5'5". I get it.
I'm cracking up because it's just funny to me how Ray J's like, you're not gonna dog me like that. Don't do me that way. But why does she have to say that? She's 2 times taller than you anyway. I'm sure you are too,
I'm pretty
princess,
sure
with all
she
the
again.
hills.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that she wasn't the only tall one he done been with. I'm sure he's had to jump up on the countertop a few times. Like, come on, like
He
Princess,
done
that
dated
was
leprechauns and giants,
okay
okay?
for
As you
real. Like,
said,
let's not
it's
do
the
that.
same thing. Lord.
I said she
But
just mad.
he does expose in his little conversation with Princess that he did end up going back to Amara's house. And I was cracking up because at the confessional, he's like describing certain parts of the house. I'm like, okay, so I guess you were really there unless producers let you look at the house or something to describe it. But I don't know, Ray. Ray is gonna be
Um,
Ray. I laugh at anyone who takes him seriously, Princess included, because what did you expect? He pushed you in the pool. But Ray J tries to tell her that he's loyal because Amara threatened to sue her or F him. And then he says, you slapped her because you still care about me. I said, oh my God. Nothing about Ray J changes. He thank you, a bitch stay winning. I'm gonna leave this here with this comment. And a bitch stay winning has spoken, I think, for all of us. They're both just horrible. I can't. Do you do you have do you have anything to add, James?
no, we can move on.
Yeah, I Princess and Right, why are you on this show? Where is the divorce final? Does anyone know? That's all I
Right.
want to know.
Put that in the yeah. If anyone knows, put that in the chat, please.
I'm just like, are they divorced? Okay, so they are about the same height. But are they divorced? Does anyone know? Because I'm tired of these people being married. I'm tired of these. I'm
I'm tired of reading a blog talking about someone has filed for a divorce.
yeah, this happens like too often. Now California needs to stop allowing them to come to court.
Right.
Quay said, I think it's final now. Okay,
I hope
good,
so. Shoot.
good. They don't have to film together. Just
Right.
stop.
They don't have to come back on the
Sonia
show
can go
either.
back to hating her. Uh, So the last thing we see, y'all, is the foolery. Florence El Luce pulls up to the studio to work with Derek Milano. Big producer. You could tell Derek Milano and China are not here for the craziness. They wanted their check. They thought it'd be easy. I don't think they thought that they would get wrapped up into the drama because this man keep getting caught in some awkward situations. And
Once.
she brings Alan, and when I saw Alan come with her to the studio talk about for support, I said, the fuck kind of stupid shit is this? Bitch, if you're an artist, get up in there and do wop, boo wop, boo wop, and do what you got to do. Why do you need support to do that? I don't understand. And from Alan, of all people, weird. So Derek Milano said to Flo, oh, you have a good voice. Just because producers can make a hit, like, doesn't actually mean that they have the ability to know and dictate and judge if someone has a
Feel
good
like
voice.
he was just being nice.
He was trying to be nice, you
It's
could
something
tell.
about him. I'm sorry. I have to. It's something about him. I just can't put my finger on it. I can't put my finger on it. But Black China, are you sure? Angela, come to the stage, baby. Let me talk to you. Are you sure? Okay. She sure, y'all. She got the ring. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Derek seems sweet. I feel like he wants to work. I don't like him for China. I will say that. I don't think the relationship will really last. But I also don't think that he came on this show for the foolery because he does have accolades and things behind his name. But for some reason, as soon as Flo meets Derek, she tells him, I've just been going through it. You know, my sister slept with my husband and my girlfriend. And he's, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But let me
But the
play you
song,
this song.
the song, yeah, it was. I love that transition. She's like, But the song, yeah, but we gonna talk about it was like,
Oh, thank you.
thank you for
I
subscribing.
appreciate
Appreciate
you.
you.
Oh my
Yes.
God. But the song, James, I'm not gonna lie, that's how you would respond. I'm not gonna lie.
It is because I don't care about none of that. This is business. I don't care about that. I don't care about your husband sleeping with your girlfriend. I don't care about that. I don't care about none of that. The
Do
song.
wop, ooh wop, bop bop, ah
Um,
ah.
sir, technician, play the song, please. And I'm gonna bob my head the way he was. He was like, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
That's
That's
exactly.
exactly what I'm doing in the scene. Yes, that's
Producer
how I see
always
it.
have a funny ass way of like listening and like grooving to some music. I be looking like they naked bodies be doing the weirdest things. Speaking of producers, what's good? Also, best welcome in. Hello, hello. Happy Hump Day. But yeah, Derek Malott, he said, I don't care who slept with who. Bitch, get in the studio and do ooh, and do what you got to do.
See, it makes me wonder, like in real life. I know this is for the show. Like it makes me like wonder, like in terms like how many girls really try to throw it at him, and he just like the song. Yeah, we gonna talk about the song because he's a handsome guy. He really is. He really is handsome. My type. But I just feel like for me, it just cracks me up how professional he was trying to be on this ratchet ass
He
show
was
that ain't really
trying.
like,
He
sir.
can't, he no one's gonna be able to get a studio session with him. He should have went to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta because though that
No, that
cast,
was
I'm like, about. I feel like there are more the artists on that cast. I think take the craft more seriously and would actually act right in the studio.
I don't feel like he should do reality TV at all.
I
I
agree. We
don't.
can
I
definitely
don't. I
agree.
feel like for me, I don't know if he was doing this for China or China was doing this for him. I don't know what the circumstances is, but he just does not fit in this element as much as this is his
He's
craft.
above it. I'll say it.
Yes,
He's
it just
definitely
it
above it.
doesn't
That'd be
make
like
sense
Scott
to me. It's
Storch
like Keisha
coming on
Cole
here.
on Love and Hip Hop. It
It
did
didn't
not
fit.
make sense. It
Mm-hmm.
did not make sense whatsoever because we all felt like Keisha was above it, even though her husband was on the show at the time. It doesn't matter. It just felt like she was just above it. So, and
It
I feel
did.
the same way about him. I do. But
I
then,
kind of feel the same way about China as well. I'm not surprised she's here, but I can't, especially the space she's in and where she's at. I don't think it meshes, but
I feel
it,
like yeah, this is a. I feel like this should be a trigger for her in some kind of capacity. I know she's trying to get her avenue back into reality TV and trying to get whatever would stick. But I just felt like one, I don't see what everybody else sees when it comes to them two as a being a couple. I don't see it. I'm like thinking like he probably is one of those kids that got sprung off of something on you. You trying to change that element of you. And I really feel like, and honestly, I feel like to some degree, this isn't going to be something long term. I just don't see it. I just
I
don't
don't
see it.
think so either. Now, poor Derek is trying to get China to record, or not China, Lord. He's trying to get Flo to record on this song that he's going to be making for China. That is like a bad omen to your relationship. I'm just saying, but that's a side note. But while in the studio, Flo's trying to record, and Marlon keeps calling and calling and calling. Marlon's outside, and she has no idea. And when I saw him, I said, oh, he means business. He showed up in a purple do rag and a freshly weaved up quick weave at the mouth on the beard. He, I
No, it
said,
was the
oh,
way he pulled that truck. It reminded me of Black Dolores on Real Housewives of New Jersey when she was driving up to Marge's house. The way she pulled up that big ass car. It
oh. I was like,
was the way he pulled up with that truck, and I was like, I said, "Ain't nobody but Flo Mama that told him where she was and,
yep, yep,
yeah,
messy
and who
ass
she was
mama.
with." Yep, ain't nobody but her mama. I'm telling you, this got Flo Mama name written all over this. This
He
is why we got this
came,
scene.
he comes up, and him and Alan end up getting into it. I knew a fight would happen though when I saw the purple do rag. I knew that a fight was going to happen. I knew he wanted to protect, he wanted to keep the glue from, lifting while he fought in my brain. But these two men end up getting into it. Flo does a little scene, and I'm just like, Flo, you came into the scene talking about your music career has been made to be a joke because of other people. But this is why. Because why are you even in this situation and doing all this? And meanwhile, I couldn't help but think, and I was just start laughing to myself at the end of the episode. Derek just in the studio patiently waiting while these people outside in purple do rags fighting over pool tables and a woman with a bad BBL. I'm looking at it just like,
I'm just like, I'm like, Flo, if you don't tell your husband to go home and cut up all
right.
this foolishness,
I
like,
was,
if you don't tell him to get his ass back in that truck, like
I was
anybody would just decency, like, look, this is business. You messing up our check. Get your
right.
ass back in that truck and go home. I will deal with you when I get there.
I was watching this episode with my husband, and my husband, he was like, because he hasn't watched this in a few seasons, but he remembers Flo and Marlon. He said, they're still on TV together? I was cracking up when my husband said that. He's like, oh, you would think she would leave. I said, apparently not. And
Hey,
then when that
girl.
man took off that purple do rag, he hollered at how toe up that man's hairline is. I said, you know what? All these people are trifling. But that's pretty much my review of this episode, you guys. What the hell am I gonna say? They argued. Marlon was sitting on the damn guard, had the man in the streets of Miami. It's too hot for all of that. It's too hot. So
It's
that's
like,
that's how I feel.
they're not gonna let y'all fight. You know they're not gonna do it. Marlene,
Right.
you doing way too much. And I said, Flo, get your husband.
She
It's
said,
like
leave me alone, Marlon.
it was like, no, she wanted to say got your ass. That's what she wanted to say. But it's like she can't say it.
A mess. But you guys, that's it for this one. Yes, we will be reviewing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as soon as this live ends, which I am ending it now. I appreciate everybody who tunes in, whether you are here now or watching our replay. I do appreciate you. If you like what we're doing, like the video. If you really like us, give us subscribe to us. I appreciate our new subscriber. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. The link to James's channel is in the description of the video. So give him a sub as well. We do shows on his channel as well, especially a lot of shows on OWN, like Love and Marriage Huntsville. There was Bell Collective, Housewives of Salt Lake City, Potomac, Atlanta, all these different things. So be sure to tap in. But we're going to get into ATL. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon. Adios.